Okay, this is all about prisms. And last chapter we were talking about area, which is two-dimensional. Now we're going to talk about three-dimensional objects, and they're called prisms. So every prism has two bases, lateral faces, and lateral edges. So I've shaded in the two bases on each of these prisms here. And the sides of the prisms we call lateral faces. So this is a right triangular prism because the lateral faces are perpendicular to the bases. That's why it's called a right triangular prism. And it's triangular because the base is a triangle. This is a right rectangular because the bases are rectangles. And this is an oblique triangular prism because these are not right angles here. The lateral faces are not perpendicular to the bases. Okay? We are almost exclusively going to work with right prisms. Okay? Right prisms. So all lateral edges are parallel, and lateral edges are where lateral faces meet. So here's a lateral edge, there's a lateral edge, there's another lateral edge right there. And if a prism is a right prism, so for example, if it looks like this, and all these faces are perpendicular to the bases, then the lateral edges are altitudes. And the lateral faces are all rectangles. So, the lateral area of a right prism is the perimeter of the base times the height or the altitude of the prism. The total area is the lateral area plus the area of both the bases. So let's figure out the lateral area of this prism. And I've got a right triangle for my base. Okay, so that's going to make it easy to find the areas there. Okay, so the lateral area is the perimeter of the base. So that's 3 plus 4 plus 5 times the height, which is 6. And we get 12 times 6, which is 72. Now, if these units were inches, then it would be 72 square inches. Okay, because we're talking about area, so our units are going to be squared. The total area is the lateral area plus twice the base area. So I've got 72 plus 2. And these are triangles, so the area is 1/2. Here's the base of the triangle times the height of the triangle. And you'll notice that the 1/2 and the 2's cancel. And I get 72 plus 12, which is 84. The volume of a right prism is the area of a base times the height. Okay? So volume is base area times height. Well, here's our base. It's a right triangle, so it's going to be 1/2 the base of that triangle times the height of that triangle. And then we're going to take that base area and multiply it by the height of the actual prism. In this case, that's 6. Okay? So the 1/2 and the 4 cancel, leave me with 2. I get 6 times 6, which is 36. Okay, now let's say that the units are centimeters. So this area of the base is going to be centimeters squared, and then I multiply by 6 centimeters of height, and volume will always have your units cubed. Let's do a couple of examples. So in this example, we're going to finish this table right here, and we're given that the volume is 360, and our width is 8, and our height is 5. So that means that that's 5 and that's 8 also. Okay, now here's a base right here, and here's another base right here. So prisms can be on their sides. It doesn't matter what the orientation is. So let's find L. Well, the volume is going to be the area of the base. That's going to be width times height times L. And so that's going to be 360 equals 5 times 8 times L, which is 40L. So 360 divided by 40 is 9. Okay, now we have enough information to get our lateral area. Lateral area is the perimeter of the base. So that's 5 plus 8 plus 5 plus 8 times L. And that's going to be 9. So I get 26 times 9. And let's bring up our calculator, okay? Whoop. So I have 26 times 9, 234. Our total area is going to be our lateral area plus 2 base areas. So it's going to be 234 plus 2, 5 times 8, which is 234 plus 2 times 40, which is 234 plus 80, which is 314. And that's everything we need for this problem. Okay, let's do one more. So this says that the facts about the base of a right prism and the height of the prism are given. Sketch each prism, find its lateral area, total area, and volume. Here we go. So our base is going to be isosceles trapezoid. With bases 10 and 4 and legs of 5. So I'm going to sketch this trapezoid prism here. Okay, and the height is 20. Well, we'd better get the area of the base, okay guys? So, obviously not drawn to scale. That's 5, that's 4, that's 4, and that's 5. And if this whole thing here is 10, and this middle piece is 4, that leaves me 6 left over for these other end pieces. So I've got 3 there and 3 there, which means we have 3, 4, 5 right triangle. So now we can get the area of the base. Remember that for a trapezoid, the area of the base is the half the height times the sum of the bases, which is going to be 2 times 14, which is 28. All right, well, let's get our lateral area. The lateral area is the perimeter of the base, so that's going to be 5 plus 4 plus 5 plus 10. Times the height. So that's going to be 24 times 20, which is 480. Total area. Total area is lateral area plus 2 base areas. So that's 480 plus 56, which is 536. And one more thing, our volume. Volume is the area of the base times the height. Well, the area of the base is 28. Our height is 20. So that's going to be 560. And that's how you find lateral area, total area, and volume of a right prism.